As you may know, United Against Poverty's 3 campuses are individually each the busiest single-site social service agencies anywhere in the state of Florida. In Orlando, we see an average of 521 visitors daily. That's about 58 per hour that we're open. What you may not know is that we only have 90 lined parking spaces, and based on civil engineering estimates, are rated for a need of 202. After purchasing the building in 2013, participation in our programs has absolutely exploded, going from 11,000 member families to now 29,000. Yet we can only manage to serve about 500 people per day because of our limited parking. We can also not renovate the building in any serious way because it will cause us to pull permits that would force us to be in compliance with current zoning laws related to parking. The moment we pull a permit, we shrink to 62 official parking spaces. In Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, there are 2.5 million people. 44% of that population is considered working poor, the largest such percentage anywhere in the country. As of now, United Against Poverty serves 6.9% of those families. And with the increased parking capacity, our projection is that we will be able to serve 15% of the working poor families in our community within the next 5 years. We currently have an operation that serves people through a grocery program, a life enrichment center, a medical clinic, and adult education classes with 29 nonprofits in partnership on our property at some point every month. We think we can change the scope of the organization to bring forward more partners, serve more people, and lift more families out of poverty. We have an opportunity in order to do this to expand our parking with the purchase of 2 acres of land immediately adjacent to our south. We have a contract in place to purchase this property for $1.625 million. The owners are a group of investors from Brevard County. Our closing date is in March of 2018. Last year, we made a refundable $10,000 deposit per the contract. The contract also stipulates a second deposit of $90,000 on or before October 3rd, right here this year, 2017. 2 years ago, we identified that the best source of funding for us to get along with the process of purchase would be through the Community Development Block Grant programs available with the City of Orlando and Orange County. After an exhaustive and competitive 2-year process where we weren't successful the first year, UP Orlando was recently awarded a $1.026 million grant in order to purchase the land just this last July. We have until the end of the year to raise the funds based on our own internal goals, but technically we have until March of 2018 to raise the funds and close on the property. The good news is that many families have been very supportive of us this year, and we are well on our way to surpassing our annual fund goal of $985,772 used for basic operations of our programs. This will leave us some funds to put towards this purchase because we are well ahead of our goals this year. We're having a great year everywhere. The grocery has had 6 months of revenue over $200,000. We have saved member families $2.7 million so far this year, the highest such number at this point of the year in our entire history. Florida Blue Cross Blue Shield made a $200,000 contribution, one of the largest in our history, and recently Integrated Physical Medicine committed to $720,000 in gifts over the next 3 years to sponsor our grocery program. We are committed to the success of the program, but we are also committed to making this purchase of property without incurring any debt. The challenging news was that we were quickly approaching our October 3rd deadline, and the city and county funds cannot be made available until closing. We've been searching and searching for a donor to contribute the $90,000 we needed for this deposit, and we're excited to announce that the Galloway Foundation of Winter Park has pledged a $90,000 restricted gift for the non-refundable deposit used on the purchase of this property. They'll be writing us that check in early November. Our board, they've been understandably concerned about our cash flow situation as we started this year in 2017 with only 23 days of operating cash on hand to fund our operations. Assuming no revenue coming in, we could run for 23 straight days. We are currently budgeted to end the year with 45 days on hand and are putting together a budget in 2018 that would have us ending with 60 days cash on hand. Our goal ultimately is to have 3 months of operating cash on hand at all times. Our projections, which have been accurate all year, show us currently ahead of schedule in funding through development and on track with our grocery revenue, which leaves us in two very positive positions. First, we look to increase our cash on hand from those 23 days to 45 days operating. Plus, we project another $200,000 conservatively that we will have to apply to the purchase of this property. This will leave us about $300,000 left to raise by March 2018 on top of our annual fund goal. Our largest fundraiser of the year, the Hand Up Luncheon, is coming up on October 6th, and we are already 40% above our goal for tables filled, which means another $30,000 conservatively towards that goal, leaving us with about $270,000 left to raise. We're going to push hard till December 31st to complete this phase one of our capital campaign and raise the additional $270,000 needed from our partners, families, and our friends. You're receiving this little message because of the Galloway gift and how it puts us in a great position to move forward and to prepare you for a decision that our board of directors will need to make before October 3rd for approval of the $90,000 deposit. This is truly an amazing opportunity that we do not wish to pass up and believe it will help serve tens of thousands of additional families in the long run. If you have thoughts on individuals who might be open to listening to our plea for support, I will make myself available to give them a 10-minute presentation on the opportunity at their convenience. Until then,